Hey guys, it's Arx here and welcome back to my channel. We are finally back with the Switch reviews, and finally we are also back with the one and only Akko Switches. So are they still worth it this 2024? So today let's all take a look and listen at the Akko Matcha Green Pro. But first, a quick message to our channel sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop shop for all your PCB prototyping needs, and not only that they can offer PCB services, they also offer CNC machining, meaning that you can have your dream keyboard prototype with PCBWay. All you have to do is upload your files, choose what materials and input you need, and you can get a quote. If you are interested with this service, head over now to PCBWay.com, links in the description. Now let's take a look at the switches. The switches are the Pro versions of one of Akko's first switches, the CS Matcha Green. Now back then, I have received a lot of comments saying it's one of the best switches that they tried on the budget category, and to be honest, it's actually one of the first budget switches that we have reviewed on our channel, and I believe back then, that's the rise of the budget switches. Now we all know for Pro versions, it's just Akko updating the mold and the material of their old CS switches, jelly switches. So they updated it with a dustproof structure on the top housing, additional lubing on the rails, and of course a better out-of-the-box experience. Now I believe it's still using the PC nylon and pump combination for the materials on the top, bottom housing, and stems, and they also updated the actuation force to 50 gram, which is heavier than the Matcha Green as they said on the website, but if I do remember correctly, that's the same as the old CS Matcha Green, but they said that it has a stronger feedback and a deeper sounding profile. Now Matcha Green Pro still comes in at 45 pieces per pack and would cost you around $9.99, which is also the same price as the old CS Matcha Green. So in today's video, it's going to be our usual, but we'll not be doing a stock versus lube as the switches comes in pre-factory lube. We'll be doing a side-by-side comparison on their old Matcha CS Green, and for the sound test, we'll be using of course our Vega65, and I'll place my configuration down below. Speaking of the sound test, before we start, please do keep in mind that the sound and experience, it will always vary depending on your keyboard, so it will sound and feel different depending on your keyboard build. So with all of that out of the way, please do enjoy the sound test on the Akko Matcha Green Pro. And that was the sound test on the Akko Matcha Green Pro. That is a handful, but please do let me know on what you think about them on the comment section down below, and let's have some quick discussions. I really love talking to you guys. If you also made it up to this point of the review, I'd like to say thank you for staying, and now let's talk about my thoughts on the Switch. First, my thoughts on the feel. Out of the box, the pre-factory lube, it's really decent compared to what it was on the non-pro version. It seems consistent enough to be used out of the box, and As expected with their Pro switches, it's really smooth out of the box. I remember trying the non-Pro, the Matcha Green, and the pre-factory loop was still a bit doo-doo back then that I had to re-loop them as I feel that plastic raw feeling when typing. Now the actuation force, the 50 gram that they mentioned, it isn't too bad, but it wasn't that light and it's not that heavy, just in between, so I can say it kind of has a well-balanced typing feel. But I really wish Akko would do more heavier springs on their next set of switches. Now going on to my thoughts on the sound. It actually sounds really good on our Vega. Out of the box, I didn't hear any scratches, no lift ping and spring pings, which is always good when it comes to out of the box switches. And to be honest, I already expected this with Akko, especially on the Pro versions. And honestly, I wasn't disappointed. Now, sound-wise, it has that clack, yet deep tone to it without sounding a bit too flat and not too high pitch. But you definitely will hear more on the bottom out than the topping out. I would say at times, I kind of find the bottom out sound or the bottom out tone a bit too aggressive. But yeah, overall, I would say that the Matcha Green Pro and some of the Akko Pro switches are still worth it this 2024. I mean, for this one, $9.99 for a pack of 45. You can't really go wrong with that considering how decent they feel and sound out of the box. It's really still perfect for beginners out there, but if you are a seasoned enthusiast by now, you could care less, to be honest, unless you are really curious to try an Akko Switch. And that is it for the video, guys. I had fun using Akko Switches again, and I do hope that you find the review helpful. Now, if you do, please don't forget to like the video to help out the channel grow. We have one new board to review and a whole lot of switches, so please stay tuned for that. And again, like the video, share if you want, and of course, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys on the next Soundtest. Peace.